Donald, make a Constitution save.
Why? What's going on?
You'll see. There is time for questions later. Now roll it.
I got a 9. Why?
Donald, you make it past the fallen ninja on your way back to the castle, aware that this is no longer your fight, when your ears start to ring terribly. At the same moment, the hair, or scales, I guess, since you're a dragonborn, on your body stand up and tense, and a sensation of tingling washes over you as though your entire body had just fallen asleep. Instantly, you go numb, your knees giving out as you fall to the ground. You can faintly sense something behind you, almost like it was reaching out from the church. The ringing in your ears turns into a screeching, like nails on a chalkboard, and you instinctively cover them with your hands. It changes nothing.
What's happening? Why am I having an episode, Ben?
We'll get to that. But back to Joe and Barack. Inside the church, it's a mess. The windows are intact, but the smell of blood is overwhelming. Bodies are scattered everywhere, civilians and guards alike. Many are behind overturned pews with arrows in them. There are also 3 bodies in black leather armor. It's clear there was a brief but intense battle here.
Disgusting, I say, visibly repulsed. How could anyone do something like this?
Now, I'll never understand it, but I'm not new to this kind of horror. A somber look crosses my face. When I was younger, there was an evil wizard near my village. He got bolder and more deranged with time and would terrorize the civilians. He was always claiming the ends justified the means, said that because he was bringing everyone to a greater existence, he had the right to do whatever he wanted.
Ugh, that's horrible. I grimace in disgust. It's always the worst kinds of people who think they're justified in their cruelty.
Yeah.
Ben, what do I see around me?
You notice a large pipe organ on the 2nd level to your left with a balcony underneath. A massive chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling. To your right is a circular area with a tabernacle inside, and next to that, a small room where the priests might retreat. About halfway down the church on your left is a hallway, but you can't see the end from here.
Can I spot anything unusual with the tabernacle or in the room that might give us clues about what happened?
I'll let you know in a moment. Back to Donald.
Ben, what is happening to me?
You can roll Arcana or History to try and figure that out.
I'll roll history, since that's my better stat. But why would a history check be useful here?
Just play the game, Trump. We'll see what he's got cooked up in no time.
Trust me on this, Donald.
Okay, fine, but I don't love you incapacitating my character and taking advantage of me. I got a... fucking hell. I got a 6.
Ha ha ha.
Oh. Damn. Let's see. As your body fails you and your ears ring, you could swear they are bleeding now, and your body feels like it's being pricked by thousands of pins and needles. You don't really have any idea what could be happening to you. It's a shame. You could swear this is something you'd know about, but you're not sure. It's got to just be the pain interrupting your thoughts, that's all.
I just want to go on record and say this is all bullshit. My character would be able to remember everything, and he wouldn't be succumbing to something like this. He went to the best school, truly the greatest school, and was rigorously tested on all his history. There's no way this would be happening.
Maybe so, but the dice don't lie. This might just be an off day for you. After all, your character would be frustrated, tired, panicked, and caught by surprise by all of today's events. Not to mention mildly incapacitated by the current situation.
Whatever you say to make it make sense, Ben, I guess you do have to structure an intriguing story for us.
That's the spirit. Now back to Joe and Barack. Barack, why don't you roll a perception check?
That's a 9.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary. It seems like whoever was here either fled or was killed.
Does this whole situation seem off to you? No guards, no bandits, no one came to help me or the woman I was fighting?
Definitely. Something's not right. Let's keep searching.
Ben, I'm going to lead the way for Obama.
I'll stay close in case of any trouble.
You two carefully explore the church, staying alert. Nothing seems out of the ordinary apart from the overturned pews and the bodies you saw earlier. But as you look down the hallway, you notice one of the doors is completely open.
All right, I'll approach it cautiously.
I'll follow right behind, staying within 5 feet of you.
Awesome. Back to Donald. The ringing noise in your ears begins to diminish and your body starts to come back to its senses. You struggle to get your muscles to respond, but they slowly twitch and you regain control. You'd be able to chalk it up to a weird migraine or something, if not for that pulling sensation. Something pulls at your very being, nudging you toward the church, and you notice a light on your finger. Your arcane focus is glowing. And not just a little bit. It shines like a miniature sun, but interestingly, there is no heat.
Something is happening to my focus? Oh no, oh gods. That's the one thought that permeates my mind, Ben. What have the bandits found? What sort of disaster have they gotten us into? Ben, I'm going to pull myself to my feet the best that I can and then start to walk slowly toward the church. I've got to at least peek my eyes in so I can report back more effectively.
Great. You do so, albeit with quite a lot of effort. Your body still isn't up to its normal standards yet, and as you do, the ringing in your ears dissipates. You hear from the distance, over by the castle, yelling, shouting, the sounds of calamity. Bells begin to ring, and screams can be heard faintly in the distance.
My body shudders. Ugh.
Back to Joe and Barack again. As you get closer to the door, you start to hear faint noises, groaning, clanging, and some mumbling that you can't quite make out.
I'm going to approach the door.
The door leads to a dark basement. You can't see much from here. The sounds become a bit clearer, but still seem distant.
I cup my hands around my mouth, facing the doorway, and shout, "Hello, we're here to help."
Before he can do that, Ben, I see him gearing up to speak, and I cover his mouth. "You idiot," I whisper urgently. "We don't know if that's an enemy or not." I think for a moment. "Brandon, I have an idea, but you need to stay back. Your armor will just make noise. I'm stealthy and can see in the dark. I'll go down there."
Are you sure? I'm your main line of defense.
"I'll be fine, I promise. If anything goes wrong, I'll run back up the stairs."
Again, switching back to Donald for a second.
Ben, you know, all this back and forth is getting really confusing to me.
Well, no shit, Biden. You're what, like 800 years old and can barely make a coherent sentence anymore? I'm not sure you'd be able to keep track of your own birthday, let alone these shifting perspectives.
Asshole.
Funny, Trump. But it's confusing to me, too. I'm sure it's also confusing to our viewers. Biden might not be the best judge of what is and isn't hard, but let's be fair. All of this definitely is hard to keep track of.
Fair point, guys. It won't be much longer, and I promise there's a reason for it in the end.
There'd better be.
Continuing on, Trump, you make your way to the church, half walking, half stumbling. Your balance hasn't completely recovered from whatever it is you just went through. Someone who was unaware of the situation might think you had gone drinking a little too hard until you finally reach the door. Just before you reach the door, though, a strange sensation washes over you, different from the pins and needles before. It feels as though gravity itself has gotten weaker, however imperceptibly. Your body warms slightly. Then the sensation fades, and the force pulling you toward the church strengthens significantly.
Okay. I'm going to slowly open the door again. I just want to peek inside, Ben. I don't want to provoke anyone, but it's important for me to figure out what happened. I just wish that damn feeling would go away. I feel so uneasy. Why do I feel drawn toward the church like this?
You're not sure of that last part yet, but you are able to open the door slowly and peer inside. When you press your hand on the door, however, you notice that your arcane focus is gone, as though it had disintegrated into thin air.
What the fuck? I must be dreaming. I shake my head vigorously, trying to wake up.
You shake your head, trying to wake from what you're sure is a dream, but to no avail.
Okay, someone cast a funny spell on me. That must be it. Alas, I'll keep checking out the church for now and figure all that out later.
Okay. When you look inside the church, it looks the same as you remember. Bodies are strewn everywhere, and pews are turned over. It doesn't seem like anything has changed since the last time you took a peek.
Damn. I guess I'll have to go a little deeper in to see what happened. Are you sure there isn't anything different?
Go ahead and roll perception if you want to.
Finally. I got an 18, Ben. Let's see what you're up to this time.
With an 18, it's easy to catch your initial mistake. In your daze, you took more of a cursory glance rather than a good look at the situation. Going over a second time, you notice very quickly that Eskrit's body is gone. There doesn't seem to be any sign of a struggle, none of his belongings are left behind, and most bizarre of all, there's no blood. Also, that sensation still pulls at you again. A magnetic tug pulling you. Well, when you look in that direction, you see a hallway.
Damn, what did they coat those daggers in? That's one serious anti-bleeding solution. I look around some more. Looks like someone took his body, probably for ransom. Hey, that's okay. I'm sure my family will be able to pay them off. Such a prolific speaker will surely fetch a high price. Can't say I blame them. I'd do the same in their shoes. But oh, how could I forget? I'll move toward that magnetic force again, Ben, slowly but surely, making sure to be aware of my surroundings.
Great. Let's switch back to Joe and Barack for the last time.
Okay, thank goodness. Ben, I'll start descending the stairs to check out the noise.
Ben, am I going to do anything soon? I've been so passive here, this feels more like my nap time than me playing D&D. Not that I'm opposed to that or anything, I could always use more nap time. You know, that reminds me of my time way back here when these grand old United States of America were still called colonies and ruled by England. It was crazy back then, coming over with all the other pilgrims. They almost threw me overboard a couple of times on the journey because I was sleeping so much. They thought for sure I had died, contracted something from the food or the rats or something. And then again, when I was spending time in Salem, those were interesting witch trials. And one thing they don't teach in school is that I was the cause of it. One of the people there was convinced that the women had put a hex on me, a hex that made me always fall asleep or something. They said I was always mumbling gibberish about some guy named George Washington and how he would save our great nation. Said I slept for 21 days straight one time, not sure how that happened. I just remember having the best dreams of my life back then. I was thinking about all the cocaine I'd be doing when I woke up and
So it was you who got into snorting that first Joe and not Hunter. I had my suspicions. I'm going to talk about this on my next episode of the Ben Shapiro podcast. Maybe I'll even do a piece with Jordan Peterson about the negative effects of cocaine.
Jesus Christ, Joe, you've really gone off the deep end this time. I'm glad your service will be up soon. Hell, if our writer keeps slacking as much as he has been, you probably won't even be president by the time this episode airs. What's up with that anyway? Leaving us without a D&D session for over 4 months, letting us waste away in his imagination like the toys in Toy Story, leaving Trump's greatness in the dust for what?
Let's rein it in, Trump, please. Yes, it's been too long. There is time for bickering like that later.
Joe, are you okay? Come back to reality, my dear friend.
Yeah, let's bring it back to D&D here. Barack, you wanted to descend the stairs and investigate?
Yep, that's right. I want to check out the noise.
All right, roll a stealth check for me.
An 11. What's up with these dice today?
Joe must have used all the luck in his combat earlier.
You move cautiously down the wooden stairs. Soon, you spot a light in the distance. With your dark vision, you see you're in a large, rectangular room. It's quite empty, no furniture or windows. A large figure, nearly reaching the ceiling, is rummaging through things. Unfortunately, as you're about 2/3 of the way down, the stairs creak loudly. The figure continues searching but calls out, "I remember her telling me you were all supposed to be stealthy. Why can I hear you coming?" He doesn't turn around.
Damn. I'm going to wait for a few seconds on the stairs, then continue down slowly and get a bit closer to see more.
All right, give me another stealth check.
Awesome. I rolled an 18 this time, Ben.
Great roll. You manage to reach the bottom of the stairs and get a closer look. The figure is wearing chainmail armor and has a scimitar at his belt. He has flowing brown hair peeking out from under his helmet. Back to Trump now. Roll a stealth check for me.
Stealth, really? I'm not trying to sneak, just be a little quiet is all.
I understand that, but I still need you to roll to... Well, you'll see.
17 plus 3 is 20, Ben. No one's seeing me.
Interesting. Okay. You march toward the hallway, toward the magnetic pole, carefully and uninterrupted. With every step full of intention, you don't make a sound. Finally, you reach the hallway, only to see a guard standing in it. The guard has a big shield, and you could swear you recognize him. Even more disturbingly, you find the source of that magnetic pull. A tiny bright pinprick floating in the air, as though someone had taken a star from the night sky and pulled it down until it sat right in the middle of the hallway. You don't even need to roll to recognize this one, Trump. You immediately recognize it as a reality tear. Something serious happened here. Something terrible. You've only ever heard about these things in old myths and legends. Reality tears are the sort of things that cause nations to fall. The trophy of overzealous rulers, capable of obliteration of entire cities and, in the worst cases, possible destruction of the entire world. You never thought you'd be seeing one with your own eyes. It's so mesmerizingly beautiful, twinkling a tiny window into what lies beyond.
Holy shit. Holy shit. My body starts to shake, and I take a step or two back, giving it a wide berth. My astonishment turns to fear as I realize the gravity of the situation. A few seconds pass, and then I take a deep breath, trying not to panic, and remembering my training, panic does no good for anyone. I take a few more moments to reassess the situation, and then notice the guard. I recognize him. "Guard Brandon," I exclaim. "What the hell are you doing here? I thought you were dead. Why did you let them take Eskrit? Aren't you supposed to defend him?"
his voice takes me completely by surprise. I turn toward him and gape in astonishment that Magnus Dondeel is here. Why would he be here? The last time I saw him, he was ticked off at that leader and headed back to his kingdom. Maybe he felt too vulnerable without my protection. Yeah, that's probably it. I am really good at my job, so surely he'd want to keep my protection. Well, regardless of the reason, He clearly doesn't understand the situation and the need to be quiet. Time for me to save him again. Ben, I'm going to run over to him and cover his mouth so he doesn't blow our cover.
Joe, are you sure you want to do that? We wrapped up last session talking about how you want to find a balance between playing a dumb character and making reasonable choices. This, isn't really a reasonable choice.
Please don't be a fucking idiot. Please, Joe, for once, I don't want you to blow our campaign for a second time.
We are so fucked with Brandon in our group. Let's just roll new characters already.
Yes, I know Ben, but it would be a betrayal of my character to not try and stop him from talking. After all, I'm still on the assignment from the guard to protect him at all costs. He doesn't recognize the situation, and I need him to be quiet. With all this on my mind, it would skip my mind that my armor would be so loud when moving.
I guess that's a fair point, even if it might not be the most popular opinion. But I'm warning you, if you guys die this time, I'm not giving out any more do-overs.
Got it. Ben, I'll run over to Magnus and cover his mouth with my hand so that he's quiet.
All right, Joe, you run over as quickly as you can to try and stop him from making noise. In the process, your armor makes even more noise, attracting everyone in the church and blowing any cover you could have possibly had. Obama down in the basement, everything is going well in your investigation, but as you're about to try and get closer to the figure, you can faintly hear Magnus's voice from the top of the stairs.
Magnus? Shit, he's going to blow our cover. Still, it's nice of him to join us after leaving us so brashly in the castle. Maybe I was wrong about him. Who tipped him off to us being here?
Barack, no sooner can you finish that thought than you hear the clanging and jingling of metal armor coming from the doorway as well. The floor creaks under the weight of the armor, and any surprise you had on the figure is now gone. He turns his head toward the doorway, but because it's dark and he's focused on whatever is making the noise at the top of the stairs, he hasn't spotted you yet. What do?
Fuck. What is going on up there? I'd love to help, but if I give away my position, I am totally going to die. Ben, I'm going to sneakily move backwards, behind the stairway, further into the darkness. I can't go up the stairs or he'll see me. And if he hits me, I'm a goner. I'll say a quick prayer for Magnus and Brandon about whatever is going on upstairs.
Gotcha. Roll a stealth check for me with advantage because you're in the darkness and moving away from the light source.
Didn't even need advantage there, Ben. I got a 20 on the first roll.
Nice.
Hell yeah, Barry, you're on fire today.
Whoa, actually doing something? That's more than can be said about your presidency.
It takes a few moments, but the figure throws down his light source and draws his sword. He bounds toward the stairs, yelling at the top of his lungs, "There are others in the castle! Assist me!"
I'm going to just sit here and wait. Once he gets to the top of the stairs, I'm going to make my way up the stairs after him to see if I can help the other two.
Good idea.
Yeah, we'll need you here. This was a tough fight last time.
All right, back to Joe. You run over to cover Magnus's mouth with your hands.
I'm going to push his hand to the side as he does so. Brandon, why are you trying to stop me from speaking? What the hell happened here?
What happened here? Oh, nothing yet, I say. There's just a guy in the basement and...
You're interrupted by the bandit captain screaming out, "There are others in the castle! Assist me!" At the same time, you hear his lumbering form coming up the stairs. He'll be in the hallway in no time.
Damn it, what have you done?
Stay behind me, Lord Dundeel. I will protect you. Ben, I stand at the end of the hallway, shield bared and sword drawn, preventing anyone from getting in or out. If they want to get to him, they'll have to go through me.
Well, I can't say he isn't dedicated to his duties, even if he is dumb as a rock. Oh, also, has anything happened to that reality tear, Ben?
No, nothing has changed. It still floats there, twinkling with the same silver color and intensity.
Weird. Okay.
The figure reaches the top of the stairs, slamming into the wall as his momentum prevents him from changing direction efficiently. Everyone roll for initiative.
I got a 7, damn, even with a +3. Guess I'll just be chilling at the bottom of the stairs for a while.
Nice, I got a 17. I'm about to burn this dude harder than those fires are burning LA.
Yikes, too soon.
I got a 10, Ben.
All right, your opponent rolled a 19, so he'll be going first.
Damn.
The captain turns toward you, Brandon, after crashing into the wall above the stairs. His chainmail armor shakes, and hatred is clear on his face. They just can't stop sending you all to die, can they? He runs toward you, Joe, and slashes twice with his scimitar, then once with his dagger. Remind me of your AC again?
I've got an AC of 18 from the shield in my heavy armor.
Okay. He slashes once at you with his scimitar, but you dodge to the side. Then he manages to stab you with a speed that defies logic before you can recover, right in the side of your stomach. The blow is softened by your armor, only dealing 4 damage, but it does land. His last strike with the dagger, you instinctively block with your shield.
Ouch.
Trump, you're up.
All right, time to show this sucker who's boss. I'm going to cast chromatic orb at this guy, Ben, creating a ball of energy in my hand and moving to the side of Brandon so I don't hit him with it. 22 to hit Ben. Oh, yeah.
Excellent. That's really going to hurt this guy. Roll for damage.
15 damage total, Ben.
All right, Donald, what element do you choose?
Do you have to ask me that? I choose fire since I'm a fucking red dragon.
Awesome. You conjure a ball of energy in your hand, an oscillating, shifting rainbow of colors. Then all other colors disappear as it turns to pure flame in your hand. Then, with just a thought, it moves to hit your opponent and sinks itself right through his armor. That hurt him badly. He's quite burned. He yelps in agony. Ah!
Serves him right. No one messes with the done deals.
All right, Joe, it's your turn now.
Awesome. I'm going to stab him with my longsword. Nice and basic. 17, nice.
Great job, Joe. He winces after being impacted by Donald's orb, moving his hand to the wound to check the damage. You swing at him, and it looks like you're about to hit, but he parries your strike with his scimitar at the last second. He locks eyes with you. Nice try. Barack, you're up now.
All right. I'll go up the stairs and peek out the doorway to see what's happening.
You do so, and you see the figure engaged in combat with the guard. You also notice the Dragonborn Lord Dondeel towering above him from behind. The bandit captain doesn't seem to know that you're here.
Okay, fantastic. I'll run up behind him and stab him with my rapier then.
Barack, really? Don't you think that as a bard, you'd be better off staying in the back?
Well, Joe, normally yes, but after last session, we both know how important it is to kill this guy quickly. Plus, the only thing I could use from range is bardic inspiration, and I only have one of those left, which I'm going to use on you.
Oh, please, on him, on the useless fighter that consistently rolls low. Use it on me, Barack. I'll be able to do more than he ever will.
We'll see. Either way, I think we need to kill him quickly or we're all going to be toast. He swung 3 times, and if not for Joe's armor class, he'd already be dead. So, Ben, I'm going to get up behind him and stab him with my rapier. I should have advantage because we're playing with flanking rules, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Rolled a 20, Ben. Didn't even need advantage. Wow, today's been treating me really well.
Great. Roll for damage.
7 damage.
Nice. You're effectively able to take advantage of the situation, running up behind him and stabbing him while he parries Joe's strike. He cries out again, "Help! Help!" Back to the top of the round. The bandit captain looks past Joe at the Dragonborn who caused him such agony. "Damn magic users," he mutters. He grabs a dagger from his belt and throws it at you, Donald, then grabs another one and also throws it.
No way he'd be able to hit me with Joe in the way, right?
Well, you're right that Joe is in the way, but he doesn't cover you completely, and you're significantly taller than him. But because he covers more than half of you, for the sake of hitting, it would count as being behind half cover, which means you get +2 to your AC and Dex saving throws.
Also remember that I can intervene if he hits you to give him disadvantage since I am a protection fighter.
Ooh, I forgot about that. Glad you're protecting me here, Joe.
Shit, I'll be honest. We haven't played in so long that I forgot about that. If I remembered, I wouldn't have had him attack Donald. Guess I gotta stick with it now, though. The bandit rolled, oh wow, a natural 20 and a 16.
Fuck, he crit me? Super glad Joe is here to save the day.
Yeah, definitely Trump. Since he's within 5 feet of me, I'm going to use my reaction to impose disadvantage on his attack.
Damn it. Good play, Joe. Let me roll another die here. He got a 10. The bandit captain aims straight for your head in a fury, Donald, and chucks his first dagger before you can react. However, just in time, Joe raises his shield up just enough to hit the dagger. It barely misses your head, tumbling over and over. The second one also barely misses you thanks to Joe blocking his view.
Fuck, this guy doesn't mess around. That was way too close. I can't believe I'm saying it, but thanks for that, Joe. It's my turn again, Ben?
Yeah, you're second in the initiative order here.
Okay, I've used all my spell slots, so I'll use a poison spray cantrip to do the most damage that I can without burning everyone with a fire breath.
Trump, are you sure about that? You realize that both Joe and I are in the hallway with you, and I'm not exactly keen on getting poison sprayed. It would hit both of us.
Well, Barry, when has collateral damage ever bothered you? Do I need to remind you about all the wrong targets you hit in Yemen?
Oh, shut up. You're one to talk. Ruining a lot of lives with your supposed witch hunts and draining the swamp.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do it again too. Second time's the charm.
Actually, guys, if you'd stop your bitching for a second, poison spray only hits one target, even though there is a spray in the name. Think of it more of a water gun than a cloud of gas.
How nice for Obama here then. All right, Ben, it's a con save of 14.
Well, he rolled a 22. What's the damage? What's the damage, Donald?
A fucking 2. 2 damage. Reduced to 1 because he succeeded on his saving throw.
Ha! With damage like that, you might be better off playing a bard like Barack over there.
Well, at least I'm not the most useless party member for this fight.
Shut up, guys. Whichever one of you rigged these damn dice is going to get booted out once I take power.
Okay, you launch a spray of acid at the enemy, peeking around Brandon, but your enemy reacts just in time. You barely hit him, and he doesn't even notice the spell.
Ugh.
Okay, Joe, it's your turn.
I'll hit him again with my longsword.
All right, roll for damage.
Wait, no, there was something else I wanted to do here. What was it?
Come on, Joe, you can do this.
Give us one of those big brain blasts, Joey.
Protection. I'm a protection fighter, and my job is to protect my friends. Plus, swinging with a sword feels so lame when I have this big-ass shield next to me. I need to stop him from... Wait, yes, that's it. I want to stop him from doing damage. Ben, I'm going to use my action to shove this son of a bitch to the ground so he can't attack.
Great thinking, Joe.
Okay, make a strength roll, Joe. You'll be rolling against his dexterity save.
You want Brandon to make a strength roll, Ben? The weakest fighter probably in all of Dualis? Are you trying to get us all killed?
Hey, I didn't make the rules here. That's what the book says.
Joe, maybe stick to just blocking damage for your two allies that are actually useful.
Will you shut up, man? I'm trying here. I'm still able to block for you, even if I take an action, because it's a reaction. Jesus, I don't know what you've been up to while we've been gone, but you're coming back even more hateful and vicious than before.
I'm just trying to boost my rank in Golden Swordsman's tier list video.
What?
What?
That's not even out yet, Donald. Shut it. Joe, go ahead and roll that strength check.
Ben, I got a 14.
Okay. He rolls with dexterity against that and rolls a 21. You move toward him, attempting to shove him with your heavy armor, but you fail to do so. He moves out of the way of your sluggish attempt easily. Barack, take your turn.
Okay. I'm going to strike him again with my rapier. Right now, I'm really wishing I hadn't used all of my spell slots.
Yeah, that's really screwing us, Barry. It would be really nice if you could put him to sleep.
All right. Roll to hit.
Shit. Only an 11.
Did you use your advantage?
Yeah, I got a 9 and an 11.
No way. A 9 and an 11. Somebody get George Bush on the phone.
Well, that's not great.
All those 20s you got earlier are finally catching up with you, it seems.
Barack, you swing with your rapier, but your strike glances off of his armor. He doesn't even notice the blow. Back to the top of the round again. The captain glares at you, Joe, fury in his eyes. That dragon is nothing without you protecting him, is he? Fine. Guess I'll just go through you instead. He swings 2 times again with his scimitar, and then once with his dagger, roaring in fury. Yikes. An 18, a 17, and a nat 20, Joe.
Oh, fuck. 2 of those attacks hit me.
No, if he goes down, I'm next.
Joe, get ready for some serious damage. Ben, can he or I do anything to prevent this?
No, unfortunately, I don't think you can do anything. You're just going to have to tough this one out, Joe.
Actually, Ben, when I see him strike Joe for the first time, can I shatter that glass of blinding light on the floor as a reaction? Since he's the one providing cover for Magnus, I really want to ensure that he's still kicking for this fight.
Are we sure that's allowed, Barry? That's a great idea, but it kind of feels like cheating to use a reaction for that.
Hey, if Joe can rig the election, Barack should be able to rig the system.
Well, rules is written. There's no chance that would be allowed. That would be a bonus action, at least. However, that's a really clever way to work around the situation, and I do love the way you're thinking outside the box and making use of what's available to you. Also, I just rolled his damage dice, and Joe's going to be absolutely creamed if those strikes both hit. So, because I'm the DM and I can change the game however I want, and because last session all of you died, I'll allow it. However, Joe, Donald, and the enemy will all need to make saving throws because no one expects it at the time. You'll be blinding anyone who fails for 2 rounds. Do you still want to use it?
I don't know, Barack. The fight might go even worse if we all end up blinded. Maybe you should just let me die. It would really suck, but my character was kind of shit anyway.
No chance, Biden. I need you to protect me, and if it's just me and him, honestly, I doubt that we could win. We'd end up with another total party wipe, and then our writer has to create an entirely new campaign and characters, which he frankly doesn't want to do, I'm sure. Do it, Barack. We can handle it.
You both bring up good points. I think we should give it a shot. I really don't want to lose this campaign or lose Joe. Ben, I'm going to use the item.
All right, great. Biden, Trump, roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
I rolled a fucking one for a total of 4. Are you serious? Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Ben, I rolled a 7 for a total of 11. You have got to be kidding me.
You too, Donald? Damn.
Well, that didn't go very well. Fortunately, the bandit captain only got an 8. So, literally everyone except Barack will be blinded for 2 rounds. This is fucking comical. Obama, You notice your opponent strike Joe grievously, his scimitar plunging through his armor and leaving a deep gash for 8 damage. He misses his next strike, but you don't waste any time. You grab the item given to you by the priest and in a panic, smash it on the ground. You cover your eyes with your other hand as an enormously bright and brilliant light fills the hallway. No one expects it, and everyone other than you succumbs to the light. When you remove your hand, they all move around in a daze and look around rather dumbly, unable to see. Because of your heroic intervention, he misses his other 2 strikes, and now it's Donald's turn.
Well, that was close.
Don't get so excited. We aren't out of danger yet.
Fuck. My turn, Ben, huh? Well, there's not really much I can do here, is there, other than attack? I'll go ahead and chuck a firebolt, I guess.
Okay, well, you'll be attacking with disadvantage, and he's behind Joe, who you cannot move out of your way since you are blinded, so he will also follow the rules for half cover. So, roll with disadvantage.
All right, well, oh shit, no way. Ben, I got a 19, even with disadvantage.
Holy shit, you sure you're not fudging these dice?
Yeah, I promise. Here, see for yourself.
No, I won't check. I did that earlier in the campaign and still feel bad about it, but that's amazing. Even behind half cover, your firebolt still hits. Roll for damage.
Hell yeah. Whoa! Max damage, Ben, 10 fucking damage. This dude is about to regret fighting us.
Hell yeah, Donald.
Wow, nice work. That's amazing. You've proven to be a true powerhouse in this fight, man. Someone really is looking out for us.
The writer wants to chime in here. He is not looking out for them. He genuinely uses real dice rolls, and Trump genuinely got lucky. Nice, Donald. With your vision gone, you think back to your time training in the Dragonlands. Your instructors talked about this. Try to remember where everyone was before you went blind. You visualize where everyone was and how they were moving. You conjure a small dancing flame in your hand and then throw it out on nothing but faith. You wait a second, and then your proof that it hit comes. A bone-chilling scream and the scent of burning flesh fill the hallway. Joe, you're next.
Well, considering that I'm basically fucking dead, I have 1 hit point left, I'm going to start by using my second wind to heal. That's 9 hit points, awesome. So I'm back to 10. I ain't giving up yet.
Great, Joe. Despite the horrific strike you just took directly to your chest, you know that your allies need you desperately. It's your job to protect them, Lord Dundeal by duty and Eskrit Hopecaller by desire, and you won't let anyone get in the way of that. You grit your teeth and steel yourself fighting through the pain. You won't let anyone down today. You're sure you can handle the bandit captain now. What else do you want to do?
I'm going to swing with my longsword wildly in the direction that the bandit captain is. At the same time, I'm going to call out to Barak, Eskrit, I don't feel so good. Help me. Give me that orb.
Okay, you know how this goes. Roll to hit with disadvantage.
Damn it. I had the luck stolen right from under my nose. I got a nat 20 and an 11 Ben. Damn the disadvantage.
Wait, aren't we playing with flanking rules?
Yeah, why?
Well, flanking gives advantage, and advantage with disadvantage just cancels out.
Yeah, you're right. Normally. But the rules say that because blinded creatures or players can't see, you can't really position yourself to properly flank.
That's some bullshit. We were flanking him before Joe became blind, so as long as he doesn't move, we really shouldn't lose that bonus. I definitely understand if we moved, but Ben, since both he and I are still positioned to flank him, we should still keep it. I don't like the way you're interpreting that rule.
Honestly, I'm with Obama here. I can see your point, but since we positioned that way before the fight, I think we should keep it.
Also, Ben, I hate to pull the balance card, but you said so yourself, this encounter is a little too difficult. The least you can do is give this to us.
Ah, what the hell? We're just trying to have fun here anyway, aren't we? That's a pretty reasonable explanation. I'll side with you for now, but if you move, you're going to lose it, okay? In that case, let's go with your higher roll. Joe, roll for damage.
Okay, I rolled a 3. So that would be 3 plus 8 plus 1, right? Since we are adding the max to whatever we roll as a crit, right?
Yeah, that's how we decided to do crits. It's more consistent than rolling double the number of dice. Joe, you swing your sword wildly, your confidence a beacon to everyone else in the room. Unsure of where you're aiming, your valiant strike surges through the air, and you feel it strike something. The clang of metal on metal, and the drag of your sword along flesh. You tear through the enemy's armor and along his leg, dealing a total of 12 damage.
Well, maybe I was wrong about you, Joe.
That's my boy. Wait, has anyone else noticed that after we've been blinded, we've been absolutely destroying this guy?
Yeah, maybe we're all secretly role-playing as Daredevil. That was such a cool show. I had all my Secret Service agents watch it and try to practice their skills without vision.
Okay. Obama, it's your turn.
All right, I have a lot to do right now. I'm the only one who is not blinded, so I'll get advantage on my attack. But Ben, I'm also flanking him with Joe, so that gives me advantage too. Is there a bonus like double advantage or something?
No, sorry. Just a normal advantage strike.
Okay, but before I do that, will I be able to throw the orb at Joe?
Do you want to have him catch it, or would you rather have it shatter on impact?
Considering he is blinded, I'll want it to shatter on impact since I don't trust him to catch it, and we absolutely can't lose this thing.
Okay, if you were to just throw it to him, I'd count it as a bonus action since he'd be able to break it on his turn. But since you want to hit him with it, have it shatter, and take effect all in the same turn, that will require more force and effort, and will take your entire action.
Playing a little hardball here, Ben, huh?
Negotiate Obama, the art of the deal.
Nah, I think that's pretty fair, especially since he gave me that olive branch earlier, allowing me to use the other item as a reaction. Okay, Ben, that's fine. I don't know if I'll do much damage anyway. I'll throw the orb at Brandon as hard as I can, having it shatter on him.
Great. You take the orb from your pack and throw it at Brandon. It hits him perfectly and shatters immediately, a golden light dancing around him, coalescing into a shield which goes invisible quickly. Joe, you feel something hit you in the ribs, shatter, and then a warm sensation travels over your body. The pain you feel dissipates, and even more confidence overtakes you. What else do you want to do, Obama?
As my bonus action, I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration on.
Don't do it on him, Barack. Use it on me. I'm the one doing all the damage.
Don't use it on him, Barack. Use it on me. Once the blind ends, I'm going to shove him to the ground so we can all get advantage.
Your choice here, Obama.
Ugh.
When we all die because he does too much damage due to Ben's poor fight tuning, I'll know who to blame this time. Use it on me.
He doesn't have any spell slots, Barack. Use it on me so I can go for the shove play.
Good point. Ben, I'm going to use it on Brandon.
Dimwit,
Barack, after throwing your orb, you enthusiastically cheer him on.
You got this. You're doing great, Brandon.
Nice. Joe, you'll be able to add a 1d6 to any ability check, attack, or saving throw. Now back to the bandit's turn. Wait, I almost forgot. Trump, you're still blinded, right?
yeah, why, Ben?
What's your AC?
Why, Ben?
You'll see. Just let me know.
It's 16, but add 2 because Brandon is in front of me, so he counts as half cover.
Well, you're not being attacked from that direction. Trump, at the last moment, you hear steps coming from behind and move to the side. You feel the breeze of someone's hand stabbing at you where you just were. Thank goodness you moved.
You have got to be kidding me. Ben, we're practically dying here as is. Why is there a second enemy?
That's just how the encounter works, Donald. You could have investigated the area a little more thoroughly, but you were too busy checking out the hallway. Now, for the captain's turn. The captain turns around facing you, Barack, and slashes wildly 3 times again, twice with his scimitar and once with his dagger. You think these fancy items will save you? He mutters, spitting on the ground.
Shit. I should have probably run away after I did everything to help Joe and all that. All right. How bad is it, Ben?
Even with disadvantage, he rolls a 16 on his first strike, a natural 1 on his second, and a 15 on his third. Yikes.
Damn, Barack, you're about to get carved up. Your AC is just too low. Even with disadvantage, he just destroyed you. Maybe you should have used that item instead of me. I'm so sorry for what's about to happen.
Wow, this sucks. I think I'm just going to stick with the other campaigns. It's more fun playing Lost Mines with Brickhouse or venturing through Melodia and Harmonia with Kokomami. You guys just keep dying over and over, a bunch of losers.
Barack, you take 4 damage from his first blow. His scimitar cuts into your arm and pain surges. You dodge his next strike, but forget about his dagger, which sinks itself right into your chest and deals 7 damage, cutting deep. He feels both strikes impale themselves into you and grins wickedly. Can't take much more of that, can you?
Phew. I'm still up, but just barely. This isn't going to go well.
Donald, you're up.
Okay, great. I'm still blinded and someone is attacking me from behind now. This is about the worst situation I can possibly be in. Ben, I'm going to take the disengage action and just run 30 feet in the direction that someone just swung at me from, away from the hallway. That's all I'm going to do. It's not worth dying today, and I'm not very useful when blinded.
Well, thanks a lot, Trump. You just killed me. It's a 2 versus 2, but Barack is almost dead, so I'm going to have to take him on myself.
Biden, your AC is 23. You're a fucking tank. You'll be fine. Next turn, I'm going to destroy them, rest assured.
Okay, Joe, you're up.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to just attack the big guy again. I'd have no idea that anything has changed since I'm blinded, and both Barack and I do still have advantage on him, which cancels out my blind. I'm going to wait one more round to shove him so I can do so without disadvantage.
Okay, no problem. Roll to hit.
A natural fucking 1. Well, never mind, I guess.
Roll again.
6. No critical failures for me today.
You swing wildly at your opponent, but hit only the wall of the hallway with your sword. Your resolve carries you through the fight, but you start to think that you might not be very effective as injured as you are. Barack, it's your go.
Okay, Ben, I'm gonna go for a straightforward stab with my rapier again. Gotta kill this guy.
All right, great. Roll to hit with advantage since you're not blind.
Damn, I only got a 12.
Well, this could go badly if nothing changes. You stab him with your rapier, but the strike comes in at the wrong angle and bounces off his armor, doing no damage.
Shit. And I'm really close to dying too. Okay, Ben, I'm gonna run away from him, back to the top of the stairs and slip in the doorway so he loses line of sight.
You sure? He'll get an opportunity attack on you since you're leaving his space?
He shouldn't, right? He's blind.
Oh yeah, you're right. He doesn't regain his vision until his next turn. Geez, sorry, I'm not doing a very good job of keeping track of shit as the DM today.
It's okay, Ben, we all have off days.
But we also gain our vision back next turn. The tides are about to change.
I certainly hope so.
Okay, Barack, after your rapier bounces off his armor, you run away from your opponent as quickly as you can. Right on the precipice of death, self-preservation is the most important thing for you. Though his eyes are adjusting to the dark again, he doesn't quite have his vision back enough to see you run away, but he can feel the wind from your robes as you move. Coward! He screams, face twisting in rage. Bards don't usually fight up close. I had a lot of respect for you. Come back and fight me like a real man. The ninja's turn now. After Donald runs away from her and leaves Joe to fend for himself, she's stunned. She looks at you, Donald, then back to Joe, then back to you again with disbelief on her face. She just doesn't understand how someone could leave their ally to die like this. Then she shrugs, turns back to Joe, and stabs her dagger deep into his flesh from behind. She'll have advantage on the attack because she is flanking you with the bandit captain.
Shit, I didn't think about that part.
Really, Donald? You're seriously going to leave me to die like this?
Well, I have to save myself first. That ninja would destroy me. Besides, your AC is 23 right now. You're going to be fine.
Yeah, sure, it's going to be real hard for them to hit me, but they're going to be hitting me 4 times, and each one of those hits has a chance to hit me twice. All it takes, Donald, is one lucky crit, and I'm fucking toast. I don't have enough health to survive.
Well, your character was bad anyway.
Trump. That's no way to talk to your friends. He's been the one protecting you all game after all. Without him, it's you who would be toast.
Ugh, I hate you sometimes. Ben, what's the damage?
She rolled a 16, so that misses you.
Oh, thank God, spared for now.
As she moves to plunge her dagger into your back, she trips slightly at the last second, faltering and missing you by mere inches. Starting from the top. The bandit captain spends another second or two glaring in Obama's direction furiously, then turns around to face you, Joe. He swings his scimitar forcefully, aiming right at your head, but slows his blow at the last second. His face softens a bit and an idea forms in his head. Wow, some real nice friends you got there, leaving you in the middle of a fight for your life. He pauses, grinning. You know, we would never do anything like that to you. Why don't you join us, guard? The pay is great, and we're fighting for a good cause. You've been real good with that shield too, and that armor's real impressive. He eyes your armor. They don't give that stuff out to just anyone. He pauses again for a moment. Answer carefully, guard. Wrong one, and I might have to take it off your corpse.
Wow, that's an interesting narrative choice, Ben. It's not often that enemies try to recruit people or do anything other than kill the players in D&D. I love your DMing so far.
Thanks. He's pretty beat up, so he'd want the battle to end soon too. He'd also be quite impressed with Joe's defensive skills and ability to tough things out. I thought it made a lot of sense given the situation.
Don't do it, Joe. Our adventure would be over before it even begins. Even worse, you'd lose your chance to re-roll your character, which is really what we need right now.
Well, I am in a bad spot right now. If I don't join him here, I'm probably going to die. And my friends did both abandon me. Eskrit, my hero, ran away into the stairwell, and the guy I was supposed to protect also left, treating me like nothing, despite me getting directly in his line of fire. If I do join you, will you promise to spare Eskrit? He's a hero in the land. I'm sure you've heard of him.
The bandit rolls his eyes, unimpressed. Duh, I've heard of Eskrit Hopecaller. Do you think I'm living under a rock or something? That guy is awesome. He's the reason I'm doing this, and following the path I think is right, even when it's against the law. I have to stand up for what I believe in. A look of fondness crosses his eyes, but he quickly catches himself starting to monologue and gets back into the fight. So, guard, is it yes or no?
Ben, can I overhear any of this? I'm the one who inspired him. That doesn't bode well. This isn't what I stand for at all.
Yes, absolutely. You're able to hear the whole conversation.
Oh, I'd love to get out of this in one piece and save my hero at that. But I promise my service to the king and queen and to protect the townsfolk, not terrorize them. Working with a bandit cult wouldn't align with my morals at all. No way, I respond.
Wait, Joe, you should do it.
What?
Yeah, well, you should say you're going to do it and then stab him in the back. He won't be able to tell anyone since he'll be dead.
Are you crazy? That's really dishonorable and not at all in line with what my character would do.
Donald, please stop trying to metagame and control what he does with his character.
I mean, Biden, you're going to be fucking dead if you don't go along with this. We'll all be dead if you don't. You could stop the fight right now, and we could very easily kill him.
I thought you want me to be dead.
I do. Trust me, I've wanted that ever since we rolled stats. I just want to keep my character alive even more. And if you join them, he'll stop attacking your friends.
Friends? Brandon wouldn't consider Lord Don Deal a friend after all he's done. I'm not sure he'd want to spare you. The only reason he might is, again, he was ordered to do so and takes his orders very seriously.
Oh, so you would just let me die like that, huh?
Please quit your bitching. Jesus.
Thanks, Obama. Back to the game. Biden, you need to make a choice. Are you going to join the bandits, even if only to trick them, or are you going to try and fight your way out of this?
Okay, Ben, I can't join you in good conscience, I say to him.
Fool, now you'll die. His face contorts with rage again, even more now that you have spurned his offer of mercy. He swings at you 3 times with all his might, roaring, "Rah!" He rolled a 16, a 19, and a natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
Joe, no.
Embroiled in a fight for your life, Joe, you clutch your shield and hold it close to your chest, holding it upward to block his flurry from above. He brings down his scimitar twice, and you're barely able to hold off his blows. You see golden sparks rain down from the sides of your shield and aren't sure that you'd be able to hold him off without the orb's divine interference. Then, in a flash, seizing his opportunity, his other hand moves under your shield and snakes a dagger deep into your heart. You should have joined us, he mutters in your ear, whispering, certain that you're now dead. He deals 8 damage to you.
Holy shit. I'm glad my second win rolled high. 2 hit points left. Old Joey's still standing. Corn Pop will never take me down.
Donald, your turn.
Actually, Ben, after he stabs me, I want to collapse on the ground, feigning death. Granted, I don't have to feign very much since I'm basically dead anyway, but I can't take any more of those hits. I need him to go somewhere else.
You want to pretend to be dead, huh? Okay, well, he's really confident that he killed you, so roll deception with advantage.
Yikes. I have a -2 to my charisma.
Come on, Joey.
You got this, Biden. Don't fail us now.
Okay, I got a 13. Please let that be enough.
You fall to the ground after he impales you, and he chuckles. Ha! Right where he belongs. 1 down, 2 to go. Now Donald's turn.
This is looking worse and worse. I think we're dead, guys. Well, I might as well use my poison spray again on the captain. Maybe it'll hit hard and be the difference between living and... Wait, Ben, would my character know that Biden is faking his death?
From that distance, no. You've seen him take an absolute beating this whole fight, and after getting stabbed in the heart, it'd be a wonder if he is still kicking. You'd have no idea he was still alive.
And I'd be able to see that Eskrit was in the stairway as well?
Yeah, you would have seen him run away, though it's unclear if he has come back to fight or not.
All right, Joe, please forgive me for what I'm about to do.
No, Donald, you wouldn't.
Donald, don't.
Now that Joe is dead, my character gets an idea. It's a long shot, a Hail Mary, but it's the only thing I have left. And I fear that if I don't do anything now, I'm going to end up dead. Ben, are we still using the modified damage amounts for my fire breath?
Yeah, you both wanted to spice up your characters a little after last session since Barack had his little flying machine, so we decided to give you a heavily amped up fire breath. However, I want you to remember, you can only use it once every 3 long rests.
That's fine. If I don't use it now, I'm not sure I'll live another 3 days to use it again. Ben, I'm going to move to the mouth of the hallway and loosen my throat, then focus on my inborn mastery of heat energy. I feel the energy surge within, and as I unlock it, a heat like the sun wells up in my abdomen, and my posture straightens. Slowly it builds, running up my body, filling me like a warm cup of hot chocolate on a cold winter day. It builds more, and my scales glow red, barely able to contain the energy. When I feel it about to release, I push it back down, building it further and further until I'm barely able to contain it. Sweat beads down my body from the heat, and tears stream from my eyes. Then, an unbelievable stream of white-hot fire and magma pours from my mouth right down the hallway, incinerating anyone who stands before me.
Holy shit, that was awesome. What's the damage?
Anyone who fails their dex save will take 25 fire damage.
Jesus Christ, 25 damage? Shapiro, what kind of drugs are you on?
That's my boy. Burn him up good. Taking me back to my Vietnam days, buddy.
All right, Joe, we need your dex save. Everything rides on this.
Oh, God, no. No, it can't be. Ben, I only rolled an 8.
Well, nice playing with you, Biden.
Fuck, dude, I didn't expect to roll that high, and I didn't expect you to roll that low. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Ben, after the last session, I thought you'd make this shit easier, man. What's with your perverse masochism?
I was really confident the three of you could win this fight together. Sorry, Joe. We'll write you another character next session. It'll be like you never left. I'll even let you start at level 2. Don't worry.
Fuck, man. Fuck. No, I don't even want to play anymore. I gave you one chance after last time, and you blew it. Bye, guys.
Wait, Joe, you still had the orb. Did you add +5 to your save?
No, I didn't. Oh, my God, how could I forget? With the orb added, I rolled a 13. Ben, does that save me?
Barack, I hate to be that guy. Really, I do. But the orb just added 5 to AC, not to saves.
Mark my words, Shapiro. The final fucking thing I'm going to do before I leave office is drone strike your pathetic excuse of a home. Your whole damn family, too. I don't want anyone else suffering through this fucking bullshit.
Wow, that seems slightly like an overreaction, but okay.
Ben, can't you make an exception in this case? Can it add 5 to saves for this one time? I don't want to lose him.
I'm afraid not. If you guys can't realistically die, there's no real tension in the campaign. Not just for you, but for our viewers as well. I put plenty of roadblocks between you and dying, but I can't save you every time. Now, Donald, the captain rolled a 5 on his dex save, but the ninja rolled a 19. Joe, well, he rolled an 8, so he fails too. Trump, your unbelievable display of magma and fire incinerates anything that stands in its path and sets the hallway completely ablaze. Screams that sound more like a dying animal than any human being emanate from the hallway. The ninja is hit badly, but emerges from your cone in one piece, though severely burned. She takes 13 fire damage. The bandit captain, on the other hand, can't even be called a human anymore. The armor, though barely able to keep him alive through the fire, now burns him alive after being scorched to eye-watering temperatures. He's unable to speak, his mouth moving, but no words coming out. His legs no longer exist, and he looks more like a barely contained assortment of skin, bones, and organs than a living thing. You can see right through to his beating heart and muscles. A walking corpse would be a generous description.
Jesus Christ, that was graphic, Ben. What did you do to this guy, Donald?
He got what he fucking deserved, Murray.
What can I say? I love to be descriptive, and he just practically got hit by a volcano after all.
No, Ben, see, right here. I found this on Reddit. If you are subjected to an effect which allows you to make a dexterity save for half damage, you can use your reaction to take no damage, interposing your shield between you and the effect. I have a shield, and that was a dexterity save. Can I use my reaction to take half damage? Now, don't get me wrong, I'd still be dead, but that shit would have allowed me to take half damage and stop me from dying outright.
Why the fuck are you such a sore loser, dude? Just take your death with some pride. You did your best, and we had a fun session. That ability is only for someone who has the Shield Master feat, okay? You're dead. Brandon is dead.
Wait, holy shit. I think I could save him. Joe, remember, you still have my Bardic Inspiration active. You can use it for your saving throw.
Oh my God, you're right.
No way. He did. Okay, Joe, roll a d6 and add it to your 8 from earlier. Just to be clear, you need a 4, 5, or a 6 to survive and have the damage.
Joe, before you do that, can you come in the other room with me real quick?
Yeah, I guess. Why?
I'll tell you. Here, Joe, this is my weighted D6. It won't let you down. I've used this puppy to win crap so many times when I go to the casino, and it's great. No one calls me out on it because I'm Donald Trump. They think I'm just the greatest craps player of all time. Everyone loves me. They'll all say so.
Oh, hey, thanks, Donnie. By the way, are we still playing Magic the Gathering on Inauguration Day?
You bet your ass we are. I wouldn't miss my opportunity to pummel you with my Baral control deck.
Welcome back, guys. I don't know what the fuck that was about. I have a terrible sinking feeling there is some foul play afoot, but our writer is making me act oblivious and stupid because it's a very funny bit. Go ahead and roll Joe.
Holy shit, the luck gods are with me today. I did it, I got a 6. Who could have guessed?
Wow, luck must really be on your side today.
I didn't expect anything else from my best friend. Nice.
Saved by the skin of your teeth, Joe. I do want to sincerely apologize for not remembering about the inspiration die earlier. Like I said, it's been almost 4 months, so I've forgotten about a lot of the minutia of the game. In that case, Joe, now that you've passed the saving throw on the damage, you're still dead but not killed outright. But it is your turn. Make a death saving throw for me.
I got a 2. Yikes, that's awfully close to a 1.
Yeah, but now you've used up all your bad luck.
Now it's Obama's turn. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm getting the fuck out of here before this place burns to the ground. I'm going to run out into the hallway and stab our opponent, making sure to kill him. Then I'm going to grab the guard's corpse so he can be buried properly as a hero. This kingdom needs something to unite them, and that would be just the thing.
You're just going to use me as a tool, Barry? A tool to help the kingdom come together?
Man, you're totally dead. Everyone thinks you're dead. Hell, even we did as players in the game until the last minute.
Well, I'm pretty sure he'll be dead for real by the time this video is published on YouTube.
That'll be awkward for presidential D&D. I wonder if all the other channels will kill him off ceremoniously when that happens. Anyway, Barack, roll to hit. Since he can't move, you'll have advantage because he'll be treated as prone.
Don't do it, Barack. I want this motherfucker to suffer, and I want him to suffer bad. After all he has put us through.
Now that is an unhinged level of cruelty. Disgusting, dude. I'm gonna put this guy out of his misery. Hell yeah, nat 20.
You move swiftly on your feet down the hallway and just as swiftly sink your blade straight into the skull of what remains of your once valiant opponent. You go to pick up the guard and he doesn't budge.
Damn, he's heavy. I look over to Donald. Come, help me get him up.
Now the ninja's turn. She falls to her knees, sobbing, hysterical. She tries to speak, but only gibberish comes out. Face in her hands, she turns to face you, Donald. Oh, God, she stammers. Back to you, Donald.
All right, I'm gonna start making my way to the door. I don't want this ninja coming to kill me after she recovers from her shock. Leave him, I say to Barack. He's already dead.
Joe, another death save from you.
11 this time.
Obama,
It's for the town. They need him. Something to rally behind. Something to bring them together. I pause, the smoke getting thicker and the flames dancing around me. You know what might happen if this kingdom falls into unrest. Your parents know.
the ninja sobs more, then takes her head from her hands and looks up at you, Donald. Thank you, she manages to squeal. She looks up at you with pure adoration and hope. Combat ends.
As Eskrit mentions the consequences of what happens if the kingdom falls, I stop. Then he mentions my parents, and I look back to face him. I pause for a moment, then make my way back there. Slowly at first, then picking up my pace. He's right. I ignore the obviously delusional ninja, doing my best not to make eye contact with her.
Once Donald gets closer, I motion hurriedly for him to grab the guard's other arm. Pull, I cry out.
I pull with him, Ben.
The two of you, pulling together, though it really is Magnus doing most of the work, are able to drag the guard. Joe, I need another death save.
Oh, surely I've stabilized by now.
Joe, I know we're outside of combat, but you're barely recognizable as a body. You've been burnt practically to cinders. You'd need a healer or one hell of a medicine check to stabilize you.
Do either of you guys have something medicinal?
I don't.
Neither do I. And even if I did, I'm not going to waste it on a corpse.
Yeah, my point. Roll another death save.
Shit, a 4.
Oh, no.
Oh no. All of this, and he's still gonna die.
Ben, I'm going to drag him to the door and kick it open. Then I'm going to roar as loud as I can and scream, "Help! Help!"
Got it. You kick open the door, dragging the guard's corpse with you and intend to roar, but are taken by surprise as the scene outside the church has completely changed. It's dark outside now, nighttime, and a crowd of people surround the church on every side. In the distance, you see smoke. Tons of smoke and the sound of distant screams. Near to the church, people run in a panic through the streets, and nearer still, dozens of figures in robes or other sorts of magical attire form a half circle around the building. They have one arm raised up toward the church and dance their other hand above it, channeling a light gold energy into a barrier around the building. They gasp as you emerge. I didn't think it was possible, one mutters. How could they survive? Another exclaims. What have they done? A third cries out. Immediately, one of them comes up to you, trailed by 4 others. On the ground now, he barks. All 3 of you feel a force wrap around your bodies, forcing you to the ground. Joe, one of the 4 figures, stabilizes you with magic as well, muttering, "Our evidence is not allowed to die today." You do stabilize, but are still unconscious.
Oh, thank God.
Then all 3 of you feel a wave of exhaustion wash over you, stronger than anything you've ever felt before. The last thing you hear from the figure in a panicked, terrified voice is, "What have they done?"